Hello everyone, and thanks for being interested in this tutorial. Well, October 2022 was quite a busy month. We had a new ability of being able to place a video and use the video also as an audio in our prototypes. We got the ability for, or a new feature actually, which is called sections. Very interesting feature. Well, it's not gonna help you only to organize your files better, but it came with a prototyping surprise that gives us a very cool ability, or adds a new ability to prototyping, which is pretty cool, and I will explain and show that in a sec. And we got also the ability for searching in our files. More convenient, much more convenient to find stuff in our files, and I'll show how it works if you know or don't. So anyway, that's pretty cool. And so what do you say, let's party? Okay, enough. We didn't come to party, we came to make a tutorial. So let's go to it. Okay, then. So what you see here, actually, to add a video, by the way, just pointing out that the ability to add a video, it's in paid teams, meaning pro and organization, of course, but it's also working on educational teams. Okay, you can't actually work it out in free accounts, meaning that when you go, let's say, into, let's open a design file, which is now actually in my drafts. So just to show you, and let's say that I just want to place here a rectangle, and I want to fill it with a video. So you see now that it tells you uploading videos only works in files in paid pro teams. Educational works as well, and so on. So anyway, just to show you that it's it's not possible for either if the file is in your drafts. So if you are in an educational or a pro team, just just move your project here, move to project, and just put it in a project inside a pro or educational team. And if you are not, and if you're in a free account, so sorry about that, so you will not be able to use this feature. Anyway, okay, so we don't need that. And by the way, to bring a video into your file, it's as simple as, let's go into videos. I'm just gonna drag a video and throw it here, and that's about it. Basically, it's as simple as just placing an image in your file, or you can just do it as a fill. So if I'm doing this rectangle and I want to fill it with a video, so you just choose a video, it opens, and you can just select a video. That's it, as simple as that. Nothing really more to it. And of course, it's adjustable by size. You can just, it just fills the rectangle that it sits on, and so on. Basically very simple. So what I did here, by the way, is just I made a subtract, okay, and I made this shape, and here on the file I'm just making it bigger. It is, let me see here, I just made it bigger, and it kind of like opened up. The back button just take me back. So here I don't have the video, this is just an image of this video, because if I would have this video here, it would play immediately. I mean, there are no play and stop for the video, meaning I can't, in the prototype, I'm just pointing it out, I can't make it play or make it stop as I want, meaning if it's on the frame, it's gonna play. Okay, so that's what happens here. So if we just see it again, so when I hit it, it's gonna play. This subtract is gonna be opened up like that, and it just plays, and that's it. Okay, when I hit the back button, it just goes back to the previous frame, and that's about it. Which, again, this is only an image. Okay, so Another thing that we can do practically is we can use a video just to take its sound. I mean, only for a sound. I can't upload an MP3 file, but I can use a video just for its sound. So here, for example, if I'll hit play on this one, sorry, so you will see that now, yeah, it took it a bit time to load, but basically I'm stopping it, okay, and I'm hitting play again. Yeah, so that's about it. That's pretty simple. You have a component here which has also this interactive component which kind of like do this this circular animation, and here you have a rectangle which covers the video, which just sits here, and that's why you are actually hearing it playing. Okay, here on this one, sorry, on this one, no, yes, on this one it doesn't exist. There is no video here, that's why it doesn't play. So when it's on this variant, it doesn't play, and when I'm clicking to change to this variant, then it plays the video. Okay, it plays, actually you hear the sound, you're not seeing the video, but yeah, that's what it does. It's actually playing the video. So yeah, so that's about the video thing. Pretty simple, straightforward, and easy. Okay, use a video, bottom line, exactly as you use an image. That's it. There is nothing more to it. Okay, except, I mean, if it has sound, then yes, you need to understand, or if it's just on the file, it's gonna play, and that's it. So you need to kind of like know how to switch, to play it on, to play it and stop it and so on, like exactly like I did here. Okay, here or in this one. Okay, done with the video. I think that's pretty understandable. Okay, let's go with sections, the new kind of like, yeah, pretty exciting update, and we will see in a bit what it does with prototyping. The whole idea is, let's say that I have here, let's take it just a mobile screen. Yeah, it doesn't matter what do I have on these screens, it's just a mobile screen. Let's call it screen 1, and I'm duplicating a few, and let's do something like that. No, this is not what I meant. I meant that. Yeah, so we have this, let's say a few kind of like, I don't know, a few screens which are creating a flow. We created a flow, a prototype, some screens that's supposed to do something together. It doesn't really matter what there is on these screens, and I want to put these screens, and then I have here, let's say, another bunch of screens, maybe even more, or I don't know what. You can do more or less, it doesn't really matter. Let's say that we have these screens, these screens that actually they do something else together. Let's say this is, I don't know, the onboarding flow, and this is the login flow. Okay, pretty understandable. And again, I'm not going to the designs of this screen. And what you can do now actually is grab this section. You see below the frame, you have a section. And what you do, you are actually grouping these frames together into one section, meaning this section, you can give it a color. Let's give it a green color, something like, this is a disaster green. Yeah, something like that. Never mind. But anyway, we can call this one onboarding. Okay, onboarding. So this is our onboarding section. It's already hooked up together. And we can take another section and just kind of group these ones and call it, let's say, login. We said, okay, so this is the login flow, and the login flow, in order to give the people a better feeling, we'll give them something in blue. Yes. Something like that. Okay, never mind, you got the main idea. Yes, so basically, you see, it's kind of like now organizing sections together. You can even give different colors, or if you are consistent with using colors. Let's say everything which is related to the login flow is always going to be in a blue section, or they can all be just grouped in this section. Everything which is related to the onboarding will be in green, and so on. So you can, all the icons that are for login, they can be also in a blue in a bluish kind of section, and you can just organize it more understandable. Maybe have some colors which, as I said, refer to something, and that's okay. And as you see also on our layer panel, now you have these sections. You see login, and when I go inside it, this is kind of like another hierarchy above the frames. Now you have all the screens, never mind that their names are just nothing now, but you have all the screens which are in this section. So yeah, basically that's pretty cool. So you have the login section, the onboarding section, and so on. Pretty cool. Okay, so that kind of like organizes stuff on our files. Pretty nice. And we can also duplicate a whole section with the screens inside it. Okay, so that's how it works. By the way, you cannot make a section inside a frame. Kind of like yeah, it's weird. I mean, like, it's not you see, I mean, it doesn't really go in the frame. You see, it's not inside the frame because a section in the hierarchy is above the frame. Okay, meaning like you can't, in a way, I guess, not exactly, but you can't do no, it's not a good example. I meant to say you can't do a frame inside a rectangle, but it's not the same thing. But anyway, you get the main idea. Okay, so because a section is a in the hierarchy is above a frame, so it cannot be inside a frame. Okay, it just doesn't let you even do that. Okay, got that, clear it out of the table. End of story with that. So I'm going to delete these sections now, and now I'm going to go to the interesting thing. Yeah, never mind, we can leave it. We're going to go into the interesting thing of the prototype ability, the new one that these sections brought with them. These sections, more right to say, pretty cool ability. So I sound very dramatic. It's not that dramatic, yeah, but it's pretty nice. Again, what I'm about to show you, it's good for some situations. It's not good for all situations, but it can be also a bit confusing, but you need to understand when you actually need it. Of course, that I can connect, just a frame or any button, any element in a frame. I can just, if I want to, I can connect it directly into another frame, which is in a different section. That is obvious, stayed exactly as it was, no issues with that. Okay, so that stays the same. It doesn't make any difference from what we used to do in prototyping before that. But the ability that came now. So basically, this gallery, okay, this gallery, I'm just showing about kind of like the gallery screen. It doesn't, all the rest, that they don't matter right now. Okay, it's just kind of like, imagine there's a flow: up screens, home, gallery, profile, favorites, friend. Oh, I wrote it wrong. It needs to be friends. Yes. Okay, now it's okay. So we have friends, favorites, okay, all of it. The only thing that I want to show here is actually the behavior of this prototype with this prototype. Now, the back button, as you will see from the gallery, the back button is just hooked up to the whole section. It's not hooked up, it's not connected to any specific frame in this section. Okay, this you have to put in mind. So it's hooked up to the whole section. Okay, very easy. I mean, I made a component, and this component is just hooked up to the section. So when I just throw it in this frame, that's what it does. Okay, because that comes from the component itself. Okay, so it's hooked up to the whole section. Let's see how it behaves. And here we just have a prototype which I can just drag between these beautiful photos, and let's see how it works. Yes, prototype settings. Let's put it in a mockup. Yeah. Okay, and now let's hit it and see exactly how it works. So we have this. Okay, I can drag and just change these beautiful photos. You see really beautiful photos, and we see the animation of these circles here. We have this icon, which actually brings us back to the gallery. Now see it now. I'm clicking, I'm tapping, more right to say, but on the computer is clicking. But anyway, I'm tapping here and it brings me back to the screen of the gallery. All these icons, they're hooked up to back to the gallery screen. They specifically go back to the gallery screen. So that's what they do. Okay. Now, so we went back to the gallery screen, but as you remember, the back button is actually hooked up to the whole section. It's not connected, as you see, to the whole section. It's not connected to any one of these, I mean, specifically to any one of these frames, okay? Now, when I hit the back button, it goes back to the frame that I came from, meaning that it remembers the frame that from another section I came into here. It will go exactly to the same frame. Let's see it happening in another frame. So I'm swiping here and doing another swipe to here. And now I'm going to the gallery page. I went to the gallery page. Let's say I just wanted to see something, whatever. It doesn't, just by the way, it's just an invented app, which I did before the tutorial, kind of like, you know, a quick design to show it happening. And when I hit the back button, look at that, it goes exactly to the frame which I came from. So actually we have a back button that functions now actually like in code, because in code, when you use back buttons in apps, it takes you always to the page that you came from. Okay, so here actually it functions exactly the same, which is pretty cool actually. Here I'm hitting this one, I hit the back button, boom, it goes back to the same frame. Now how cool is that? Okay, that is really nice. So this is actually the new ability that the sections brought with them. It's either, if I kind of like bottom line it, it's either you go back to a specific frame. You can always, of course, hook up to any specific frame that you want, or you can just prototype to a section. And now you have to consider the fact, I mean, by the way, I can hook up, as you see, not I can, I mean, that's the way I did it. I mean, these frames are actually hooked up in prototype between themselves with the drag action. Okay, don't forget that. So, but anyway, if I come to this section, okay, just let's say a button which is connected, hooked up to this section. So from any frame here that I will go back to these screens or this section, again, when I'll go back again to here, it will take me to the last frame that I came from. Okay, and this is a pretty cool behavior. Very nice. Going to the gallery, hitting back, and there it goes back to the same frame. So I guess, oh, the last thing that we that we want to show is the actually, let's search for a bottom. Wow, hey, kind of like shoots on you quickly. So bottom navigation, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's search for frame, oh, frame one. Okay, so it took me actually to frame 15, and we do have a frame 1. But when I click on it, you see it focus exactly on that frame. So basically this is how the new search ability, actually it searches, sorry, on all the file. It's pretty cool. It works really nice, and it highlights immediately the one that you are pointed at. And clicking on anywhere, it just, you know, stops it. So that's pretty cool. So this is a new ability to find anything in your file. Pretty quickly. Okay, so and if you are working with good names, not the ones that I've worked here on this file, which is actually like a jungle right now, but you see the one that I gave, for example, back. So there it goes, exactly to back. And if I will look for, as I did before, sorry, bottom navigation, so here it is. Okay, so anyway, just work with normal names, as of course I do in real works. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I guess that for 1 month that was quite a busy month. Great updates. It's getting more and more interesting. More and more abilities are coming all the time. And that's it, guys, for this time. So if you like this tutorial, I would be very happy for your like. I would be very happy if you subscribe to my channel very much. And that's about it. See you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.